What is going on, guys? Nathan here with a gameplay commentary. I'm not entirely sure what gameplay will be on the screen at the moment because I am recording this commentary before I get some gameplay to entertain your eyes while I entertain your ears, so to speak. But I just wanted to give a recap of my recent vacation to South Carolina. We went to the Hilton Head area, which is a relatively small island off of the tip of South Carolina. And that was for the past 6 days or so, which is why you've just kind of seen scheduled uploads of my Skyrim Let's Play, which I figured it would be best to kind of string those out instead of just leaving the channel completely blank for 6 days. So, first thing I noticed upon entering South Carolina is the humidity down there. Oh my gosh, I have no idea how you guys in the South can live with that kind of moisture in the air. Like, I might get into stereotypes here with like the cold, dry, stereotypical Minnesota. I actually appreciate it a little bit more here. We have about 80 degrees as a high up here in Minnesota at the moment in summer, but at least it's dry. Like I can handle dry heat. Like Arizona's okay. It's exponentially easier to handle than humidity, which I absolutely hate. And that is exactly what almost pretty much that entire area is. Like I mean, I might want to include Georgia with that, but South Carolina, very humid. Florida, very humid. Like, the entire southern region is super humid. Also, I have no idea how you guys can live in so many trees. Like, it is the area where we were at, it was sort of like the original landscape was trying to be preserved. So that might be why there were so many trees, because I guess you need like some sort of license, or not a license, like I don't know, but you need some sort of permission from the government to actually cut down a tree. Like that's how much they want to preserve the original landscape. And it was on some sort of plantation, which I'm not sure if that had to do with that either. But the trees get almost like a little bit claustrophobic at times. Like, if I step outside of Minnesota, I can generally look up about 45 degrees and be able to see as far as I can see. You know, it's usually just sky. I mean, Minnesota does have a lot of trees, but like it's kind of sporadic trees in the sense that, you know, most of the time it's more of like flatlands and stuff like that. I don't know how to exactly describe that, but oh my god, you know, if you guys are claustrophobic and living in the South, then kudos to you, because I don't know, man. It's just a lot of trees down there. And let's see, what else did I notice about South Carolina? Dude, Southern accents are the funniest thing, because immediately upon landing, because we flew from Minneapolis to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Savannah, Georgia, and then we drove from Savannah to Hilton Head, which was about another hour. And upon arriving in Atlanta, you could so tell that you were in the South, because people would have that Southern drawl, like it wasn't, you know, super exaggerated like that. But in restaurants and stuff, when people would refer to us, my family, like as a family, they'd be like, "Y'all have a nice day now," stuff like that. Which I freaking despise the word y'all. I don't know why, but I think it just makes people sound a little bit less intelligent than they perhaps are. But I know that that's a Southern thing, and I'm not going to harp on it too much. But yeah, I'll just leave that at that. Anyway, so notable things. Well, we pretty much just stayed at the beach a lot of the time, because that's really, I mean, there wasn't a ton to do necessarily. It was more of just kind of like a poolside, oceanside type of vacation. What did happen though was on, I want to say Monday, so it was our third out of our 5 days we were staying there. I accidentally waded into the pool with my phone, and that pretty much, I mean, it didn't really like ruin the trip, but it was, I was so sad, because pretty much all of my entertainment is kept on my phone. Like I had my laptop, so like in the downtime I could play like League of Legends or whatever I wanted to play, which I did. But a lot of my ebooks, which is 75% of my entertainment basically was kept on my phone. So that really, really sucked. I lost that. I did manage to actually get those same ebooks onto my mom's phone and use it for the plane ride over, so that wasn't terrible. So I was able to do that. But I waded into the pool. I don't know if it was just like I was so used to the feel of a phone in my pocket that it just didn't register that something was in my pocket, like this expensive piece of electronic equipment, as I waded in the pool. But I actually kind of felt like a little bit bad for the people around me, because like when I was in the pool, as soon as I realized that I had my phone in my pocket, I yelled out shit, and there were like a bunch of little kids around, so I'm sure I drew some attention, but I did not like care at all in that moment, because my phone had just basically been ruined. So I was focused on that, but like I yelled shit and then just like drew it out of my pocket, and I don't know, I just felt bad because maybe some children down there learned some language that they didn't want to at that moment. But hey, I actually did get a new phone. I actually had insurance on my phone, so I submitted a claim for it like 2 days before we actually got home. And on the night that we did get home, it was actually sitting there on the doorstep waiting for me. So I didn't really even go a day at home necessarily without my phone, so that's great. I actually have it here beside me. But other than that, we didn't really do a whole lot necessarily. Like, we biked around the Hilton Head Island, which it was something like 12 miles. We did kind of a loop, which that absolutely sucks. Do not do that in 90-degree humid weather. That was absolutely terrible. I survived it, but barely, if you know what I mean. And then let's see, beyond that, yeah, I mean, like, not a lot happened. We just kind of sat by the pool and the beach and stuff, which isn't really my type of vacation, to be honest. Like, it was a nice vacation, don't get me wrong, but I'm one of those, like, we should actually do something instead of just sitting here, because I have the patience for like about an hour of that type of thing, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and play League of Legends or something, because this is really boring. So let's see. Beyond that, in Savannah, we actually did a tour of Savannah last day, because our flight was leaving at a later time than we checked out from our hotel. And in Savannah, we actually toured the historic district, which that was pretty cool, actually. Like, I didn't know that Savannah had such a history to it, and apparently it does. So yeah, they were like referencing buildings built in like 1796 and 1803 and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's pretty much great. But I've toured Washington, D.C. before, so I've been kind of jaded in the whole, like, historic building type of thing, or at least memorials anyway. Washington, D.C. is a great place to go if you're into that type of history stuff. And in Savannah, we also ran into this, I don't remember what it's called. I think it might be called the Kitchen of Candy, or the Candy Kitchen, something like that. That was really cool. It like, we've been to, I don't know if you guys have been into a Chocolate Ox before, but it's basically like this super colorful, like, fun candy store, and this Candy Kitchen actually was a lot like that, but people would actually be making candy as you walk into the store. Like, that was one of the attractions, that because you could see people make like taffy, and we actually saw a guy make it was some sort of like caramel cookie, some sort of thing, but it was just really kind of cool. And there was also just a huge wall of candy. That was crazy. Like, Chocolate Ox is something similar to that, but not nearly on that scale. Like, it might have been half of that height. So, seeing all that candy, you know, like, candy stores, you can't ever walk and still be depressed when you walk into a candy store. Like, candy stores just have that effect of cheering you up, not only because you're eating unhealthy, sugary foods, but also the color. Like, the color is actually really, you know, I don't know, a lot of color just tends to make me happy, I guess. And I think here will be where I wrap up the video, because that's really all that happened in our South Carolina vacation. So, and slash Georgia, kind of, sort of. But, I think, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say today, and I'll see you guys later.